Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Welcome to everybody that has been here before, and welcome into all the new faces that I hope I get to see on a regular basis from now on. The video title, you guys see it, had a lot of questions, had people ask, what does it really take, and is it possible to do $100,000 in profit on eBay/Amazon, whether you sell on one, the other, or both, as a full-time e-commerce online reseller? So I'm going to break down those numbers of what it takes to do in sales, what it takes to do in profit, what your cost and fees are involved in that, and approximately how much time you would have to dedicate to this. Now, I've done a video before on $50,000 in profit. I'll link that down below. We're going to do $100,000 because the questions I got involved being in the six-figure ballpark, how to do that profit, not just gross sales. So we're going to talk about that. Before I do, though, I just want to take a second. I did a video earlier today. We're going to help Lindey Glenn out. She hasn't asked for this. I don't know if she's seen my video yet. Hopefully she will soon. But I'm going to link her YouTube channel down below, and you can click on it. And to the right of her banner, her main picture on the channel, will be a donate button. I believe it's PayPal and or credit card. So anything you can do would be awesome. Also, underneath of that link is a direct link to the PayPal donate button. It should work. If it doesn't work, please somebody comment and let me know that it's not working so I can try to fix it. I tested it. It did work for me, so it should be good. So either one of those links will do the trick. And then, of course, the video I just talked about in my previous video will be underneath of those. So anything you guys can do can help. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please check out my video one prior to this, a live video poolside I did earlier today. I'll link that one. I'll put all the links down below. You can check them all out. You'll know what I'm talking about if you missed that video earlier today. So let's jump right into it. Going to transfer you over to my screen, and you'll see how the numbers break down to do $100,000 in profit per year. This is annually, guys, and this is pre-tax. Just like you get a paycheck at work or just like you bring home, this is pre-tax. When you're self-employed and you make your own money, you make your own paychecks, you have to pay your own taxes. So, guys, I'm not a licensed CPA, but this is pre-tax. Keep that in mind always. Okay, there you go, guys. You can see my screen now, and I've got a calculator over here that we can do the math on. And then I also have just a little notepad I got up there. Excuse the color, but it was the one that was the least bright on your eyes. Anyway, so we're going to click up here, and it's going to be our basic number, which is we want to do $100,000 in profit per year. So that's annually, of course. And I was going to see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Maybe I can make it bigger for you guys. Let's highlight it. Let's make the font a little bigger. That didn't really make it any bigger, did it? There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, $100,000 profit per year. Now, we know that eBay and PayPal fees are going to be equal to about 30% total. That's broken down into eBay is about 9%. Once you're a big seller, you're going to be top rated. Final value fees after your 10% discount. PayPal is, of course, 2.9%. PayPal is 2.9% plus the 30 cents transaction. So for argument's sake, we just call it 3%, which puts you at about 12% total. But then you've got your eBay store fee, which is, you know, depending, most people have premium at that level. So that's $60 per month. And then you've got some insertion fees if you go over the free limit. So that can essentially run you up to another 1%. So we just call it 13% total fees from PayPal and eBay. Then we have our shipping cost, which, for this argument's sake, we're going to do this on a $20 sales price per item. That's going to be our average sale price. ASP is what we call it, average sale price. And assuming that we're having a $20 item, your shipping, if you're going to be selling a lot of clothing, a lot of smaller items, it's going to be between $2.61 and $3.46. So I typically call it around $3 average, sometimes, $3 average shipping cost, up to $4, depending on, the type of items that you're selling. If you sell a lot of heavy priority items, you may be a little higher because you're paying $6.30 to ship. But typically my average shipping price hovers right under $4. It's like $3.46 for a lot of items, sometimes up to $4. So that's, right in the $3.50 to $4 range. 20% of your $20 sale price would be that $4. So we're probably hovering in the 17% shipping cost range, which when we do our 13% for fees and we add that to our 17% for shipping costs, most of us are going to be around 30% overhead costs for the item, for selling that item. Overhead selling costs is what we'll call it, which means it's your sale price times 0.70 or 70% will leave you the net sale price. That's what you have left over in your pocket after you sell the item. Now, of course, we have to subtract our cost of goods. So our cost of goods is typically on a $20 sales item, you'd like to not be paying more than around $4. That's going to be another 20%. Let's say our average cost of goods, that's our purchase price. Purchase price is going to hover right around $4. Now, a lot of you buy from the bins, which can be $1 or $2, Salvation Armies for $1 or $2, even up to the Goodwill retail where I'm paying $4 or $5 for some of the higher end shirts that I'm selling for $25 and $30. We're still at about $4 average cost of goods, which if our average sale price sticks at 20, would be 20% of our total sales. So now we have 30% overhead cost of selling fees, and we have a plus 20% cost of goods average, which gives us a total 50% out of pocket when selling an item. Meaning, when we sell an item for $20 sale price, we net total $10. So, in order to do $100,000 in profit, we essentially have to do 2 times that in sales, which is equal to 100,000 times 2, which is very easy math for all of us, $200,000. So when you sell $200,000, you're going to lose 30% to fees and shipping. 20% of it is going to be your cost of goods, as long as you can keep that cost of good down, which you can easily calculate every time you come home from a store and you have purchased a bunch of items. You should know your cost of goods pretty quickly. So in order to do $100,000 in net profit, you need to do $200,000 in total sales. So that's how we figure out what we need to do in sales. Now, when we move down, we're going to go ahead and do the calculator. We're going to take $200,000 in sales, and we're going to divide that out by 365 days, because as online e-commerce sellers, we sell 365 days out of the year for the most part. That comes to $547.94 per day in total sales. That's what it would require. Now, that's a big number. That's a much bigger number than most people will average for the year. I mean, you can do much better than that in fourth quarter, but during the rest of the year, doing $550 days every day, day in and day out, is not an easy thing to do. If you have eBay going and Amazon going and Poshmark, your sales from different areas can add up and you can do that. But if you're just focusing on one platform, it's tough. So this gives you lesson number 1, which is make sure you try to diversify. Try to have at least 2 of them. If you can do eBay, you can do Amazon, that's best. So $547 per day in sales. And when we divide it in half, it's $273.93 per day in profit. Obviously, that's 50%. That's the target. You want to try to work on 50% or better. I know somebody that's working on 70 and 80%, so they would have to do a lot less. So what does $547 per day look like in items? Well, $547 divided by your $20 per item sale price, and we can come up with how many items per day you'd have to sell as well. So again, we'll do 547 and we'll just divide that by 2, or by 20, I'm sorry, and you get 27.35 items per day that you need to sell. So 27 items per day is a lot. Most of the clothing sellers work between 1% and 2%. If you're working on 1%, you're going to have, if you're a 1% sell-through rate, which means every single day, however many items you have listed, you sell 1% of, you would need to have 2,700 active items. If you're selling at a 2% sell-through rate, you would need to have exactly half of that. You would need to have 1,350 active items. So most people fall somewhere in the middle of that, which would put us needing somewhere around, that would be, let's do the average there. I believe it's right around, what, 1,900 items if you're in the middle at 1.5%. So 1,900 items times 0.015. 1,900 items. Yeah, you're going to need to be right around like 18 to 1,900 items. If you're working on a 1.5% sell-through rate, you're going to need to be around 1,800 active items. I believe if we do our math right, 1,800 active items, and if we sell 0.015% per day, there it is. That's 27 sold items per day. So there's your number, 1,800 active items. In order to have 1,800 active items, knowing that we're going to be selling 27 per day times 30 days is like 810. That's 810 sold items for the month, give or take. I'm rounding here. If we're going to sell 810 items per month, you have to list 810 items per month, which means you're going to need to be listing 30 plus items a day to cover the 27 to 28 sales per day and build your store, which is only building your store by two to 3 item build on the store per day. So you're not really gaining any inventory. You know, you might gain 100 items in the month or 60 to 100 items. But basically just to keep up the store level, you'll have to be listing 30 per day, which gets to be a lot. So that is your breakdown of how many items and how many active items, how many you need to list, how many you need to sell at different sell-through rates, what that equates to in total sales numbers and total profit numbers, and what your fees would be and your total cost of goods. So there you have it. That's what it would take, and don't expect to do this in your first year. It's going to take you months and months and months to achieve 1,800 active items. I have almost 2,100 active items. I've been there for a while. We've kind of plateaued. But, you know, I've been as high as 23, 24. I've been as low lately as 16 and 17. Being at the 1,800 items per day and 27 sold items per day is tough. And that's, you know, if you're at 1.5%. I'm at 1%, so we're selling, 19, 20, 21 items on our most days. Some days we sell less. I've had days where we sold more. Just depends. But it's a tough thing to do. So that puts it into reality for you guys. And then if you wanted to break it down, I've broken it down to the 50,000. Again, I'll link that. You just basically break all these numbers in half and you get it. So hopefully that clears it up for everyone. Hopefully you understand exactly what it takes to make that kind of money. It is not easy. It takes a lot of work. I don't want to discourage anyone, but I think that it's possible if you work full time, if you're outsourcing. Listing 30 items a day is not difficult. It's not hard. Even if you can just list 6 items an hour, which is 10 minutes per item, it's only going to take you 5 hours to get that many items up. 5 hours of listing, couple hours of sourcing, couple hours of accounting and shipping, and you're at a 10 or 12 hour day. No big deal. It's not 16, 18 hour days, but it is still going to take you an all day thing. You have to do this full time. You can't do it part time. So appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you take some screenshots of this math, of these notes. I'll leave it up there for just another second so you guys can see it. And make sure you like this video if it helps you out, if it helps you understand. Even if you work on smaller numbers, you can apply this same math to your sales. So hopefully this helps. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are subscribed if you were before and you didn't get booted out. Hit the notification button so you get notified for all my new videos and my live shows. And I will see you guys next time right here on the Rockstar Flipper YouTube channel. Thanks, everyone.